Yo, listen to the Snail podcast. The Snail podcast.
One.
Hello. Oh, I thought you were gonna go.
Yeah, I thought you were going to.
Oh, nice.
That's why I
Well,
gave you the countdown.
welcome back, guys.
Welcome back.
To another episode.
Yeah.
And as you can see, we got a big lumberjack,
Big, burly, handsome man.
Backus.
How's it going? Backus. It's fine. We're starting off with a bang.
Me and Cody always call it Backus. I don't know why.
Backus,
Where did that
yeah.
come from?
Did you ever watch How High?
Oh yeah, that's where it's from.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
It was on How High.
Okay.
He's
I'm
on-
terrible. I know. Everybody's like, oh,
That's
like
such a
the
good
Friday
movie.
after next. I'm like, well, I watched Friday.
Right.
But I never really got to next Friday.
or Friday After Next?
I know.
You're
Or the
blowing my mind.
Friday after that. I never made it to that one either. So,
Isn't
yeah.
that hasn't came out stuff.
Just one
Oh,
Friday.
shit. Well,
Don't
that's- it
tease me.
does.
That's great.
That's fine.
Anyways, we got Backus, aka Backus, in the building.
Handsome devil. Thank you for the drive out, sir.
Yeah, we live far, guys.
Pleasure.
Super far away. How's your day been?
Good, man. Just been, one thing I've been working on is really solidifying my morning routine, and I've been seeing some great results. So it's
Nice. What do you mean?
Give us a break.
Yeah.
break
What's your
down.
normal morning routine?
I get up at 5 a.m.
Okay.
And then the first things I like to do is like I'll
Take a
get up.
shit?
No, that's
Oh.
coming. That's coming. You know,
Stop-
I don't want
don't
to.
say-
I don't want to
Sorry.
stress my body out like first thing in the morning. My body's like, damn it. No.
Yeah, you got to give it time.
Yeah, you gotta work it in. So I like to stretch first,
Yeah,
right? Get the body limber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then I like to meditate.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I've become really, really obsessed with like the law of attraction, right? So my energies and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, good.
You're good. You're good.
Is this thing on?
Yeah.
But I've been really focused on the law of attraction. So I have dedicated 30 minutes in the morning to meditation. I clear
Okay.
my energy in my body, get to a very neutral level,
Yeah.
and then I shower. But while I shower, I turn on motivation. Like I without a fail, I will listen to an hour of motivational music,
Speak?
clips,
Really?
whatever,
Nice.
every single day, dude.
Yeah.
It has rewritten my mentality.
Yeah.
But I
Totally.
do that when I'm in the shower, right?
Okay.
And so I'm rinsing off all the sweat from that night, all the, whatever else, all the dirt, right? And I'm starting fresh. So my energy's fresh.
Another morning shower.
Yeah.
You're the only one who night showers.
I do both.
I'd sometimes do both, but I'll be honest, like by the time my day gets over, like I'm like, I need to take a shower. And then I'm like,
Bed
Sleep.
sounds great.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'll shower in the morning. Yes.
This isn't anything my sheets can't handle.
That's
Okay.
fun.
They've been through worse.
Yeah. So you're listening to these motivational speeches in the shower while you're washing off all the sweat and grime from the previous
Yeah.
day's work.
My entire objective in my morning is to set my day up for success. I
Okay.
want energy. I want focus. I want commitment. I want persistence. And that doesn't happen for me unless I get myself there. Like, some people may naturally have the ability to just get up every day and be like, rah! And a lot of people think
Right.
I have that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You like that laugh? I've been
yeah.
working on that just the whole
Yeah.
drive over here. I was like, I'm going to hit him with it.
I'm gonna practice it.
Right, I'm going to drop that
I
kick
think
in
that
the
was-
pussy somewhere in
I
it.
feel like you. Yeah. That was a good special.
Right, it was a good
So
special.
good.
Oh,
So good.
I told you at the start, and you
Yeah.
still didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
That's a Dave Chappelle, guys.
Dave
Check it out.
Yeah, good old Dave Chappelle. I watched both his specials.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Wait, all 4 or 2?
No, he's got 2 of them on there right now
I
to
know.
watch.
No. So there's the 2 before those,
No, I didn't watch those.
bro.
I'll get on it just like Friday after next. But
Okay.
but yeah, that's
Jesus
that's
Christ,
my
it's on
focus in the
Netflix.
morning.
Yeah.
I've become really big on like visuals. So
Like acid.
I mean,
like what?
no, mom.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No, I printed out like 50 to 60, maybe even 70 photos of like the high-end cars I want to drive, the houses I would live
Oh shit.
in, the places I want to visit.
So you could like visualize your goals.
Yeah, and seriously, dude, it's powerful. I can't tell you guys how powerful it is. Everywhere I look in my house,
Cool.
the walls are covered.
It's cool shit.
Like it's almost
Yeah.
like serial killer level at this
Yeah,
point.
this
you know
guy
what I mean?
likes fucking cars and houses.
Yeah,
like
people walk
I'm
in.
gonna
It's
get
like,
this job and then I'm gonna attach it to this house. When I get this house, I'm gonna draw
yes.
it, and you have like
Yeah.
this like red
yeah.
string.
Dude,
going
I even
from-
have women on my walls of
Oh,
like that I
shit.
see as like women that I would spend my life with, powerful, dominant women
Michelle
who are like,
Obama.
Oprah Winfrey.
yeah,
Oprah
probably not
Winfrey.
either one of those.
Those big black women. Anyway, sorry.
I mean, she's a mogul. I mean,
Yeah.
if I'm looking for a sugar mom, I don't know if I can really
Yeah.
get past the fact that she's worth like 100 trillion times more than I am. But
Yeah. Yeah. Could you get past that? It's a
yeah.
tough one, huh? That's
Take me,
powerful.
Oprah.
That Dave
Tyler will
Chappelle
take you,
skit-
Oprah.
Yeah.
That Dave Chappelle skit when he's married to Oprah.
Yeah.
Yes.
He gets her pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's great.
Oh.
Anyways.
But yeah, that's focus in
That's
the morning. So morning routine has really become very, very prominent, very dominant in my life. You know, I'm finding it to become easier. Like, I've never been a morning person. Like, I was a kid in junior high and high school. My mom had to squirt me in the face with a squirt bottle to get me out of bed.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else have the experience?
Yep.
The laziest people watching this in high school did.
Yeah, totally.
But now I'm like literally like 4:58 comes around and like I like sit up and like I'm like, what time is it? It's like 4:58. I'm like, oh, my body's ready for today. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
You just wake up with like the
Oh.
sun.
Oh, seriously.
guess,
I
before
heard
the sun.
you have 5 seconds to make a decision when your alarm goes off if you're getting up or not. And if you go past 5 seconds, you stay in bed.
Yeah.
I heard that, dude. It now is a race. How fast can I get out of bed?
Once. Fuck.
Right?
That's
Dude,
tough.
Dude,
I don't know if I believe that though, because I have 2 alarms. Right? I have one at 7 and one at 7:02. And if I sleep, I'll probably get up, hit my alarm. And this is like rare. This doesn't happen every morning. It's like at 7 a.m. it goes off, bing, my alarm's like whatever. You know?
Yeah.
No, it's
yeah,
not
but
that.
how long do you lay in bed though?
That one I'm usually up.
Yeah. That's good.
Okay, I guess that I guess that does set the tone because
Yeah, you said 5 seconds.
yeah,
You
I'm
that?
up, I turn it off, but I go back to bed, and then like 2 minutes in, and I'm like, shit, I should get up.
All right. I'm gonna blow you guys' mind right now. Do you guys know what the snooze button does to you?
It fucks my life.
You
That's
know
why I don't have one.
why
I just
it
turn
fucks
it
your
off,
life?
Why?
and then I have a second alarm.
Any guesses? Let's if you had to
Why
answer this
does-
question, like you're at a
Testicle cancer.
that's
Because
a
of-
very valid.
Because of a snooze
Choice.
button.
You never know. I don't know.
You hit snooze and it's like my butt's
Oh,
hurt, and then you get up,
yeah.
you're like, they feel better. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you? Hold on. Give me like a broader question, like because
I'm
right
just
now
gonna,
I
I'm
just
just,
feel like
I'm
a
just
very
gonna answer
vague.
it for you, right? I'm just gonna
Okay.
answer it.
There you go.
When you sleep, your body releases a specific chemical balance in order for you to sleep, right?
Oh, I
There's-
totally would have got this one.
Yeah, paralyzing agents so that we don't walk out your body, right? Dimethyltryptamine, which is what you dream with. Serotonin, dopamine, different
Right.
levels for your body to heal, right? When you're sleeping, it's a different concoction than when you're awake. So when that alarm goes off and your body wakes up, it's now switching that chemical concoction, right? And let's say
It's
you
like
hit
turning it
snooze
off.
and it takes you 3 minutes to fall back asleep, actually sleep. Your brain for 3 minutes was producing that chemical concoction before it goes, oh shit, I got to go the other way, right? And so then it flips back, and then it flips back, and it flips back for every time you hit the snooze button. And that's how you have extremely disoriented days. That leads to not being able to sleep, insomnia, right? It
Jesus.
leads to really unproductive days. It leads to bad moods, aggression. It leads to all sorts of things
Yeah,
because your
I can
body's
see that.
unchemically balanced, right?
Well, it doesn't really know what's going on at that point.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
So it's so powerful that, like, if you're like, I'm getting up at 5, like for me, I'm getting up at 5.
Mhm.
If you guys think for 1 second that there's days that I don't get on my feet and go, dude, just lay back down.
Yeah.
That shit
don't
happens
do
at least
shit.
3 times a week, right? But
Jesus.
if you can literally get yourself to do that, it's unreal. Do that for like 60 days, 90 days. It is unreal. Your life becomes so different. Like, you wake up at 4:58, you beat the alarm, like the alarm hasn't even gone off, and you flip it over. You're like, you're my bitch today,
Yeah.
right?
You just take over the
Fucking
alarm.
live for those moments.
So what's up? Like, you got a diet now? You want a diet?
I'm on like a
you.
seafood diet, man. Like,
Yeah, you see food and you
honestly,
eat it?
yeah, like I'm
Yeah.
like a fast food guy.
So your gym routine's what? If your morning routine consists of showering and listening to motivational speeches.
You want the funny part about that is, dude.
What's?
I
Tell
haven't
me
even-
something
I haven't,
funny.
I haven't even been going to the gym.
Okay.
Jeez.
I've
You're
literally
just a big dude. What's up?
just fucking yeah, dude.
Jack.
What's up?
Yeah.
What you on?
Are you kidding me? These biceps are baby, man. These guys are baby ass biceps. These ain't listening up. Not even a damsel in distress. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
shouldn't have ate the Twinkie.
Damn.
Just lifting the Twinkie.
Right? No. I make the joke I lift guns because that's what I do all day.
I mean, yeah, but obviously you gotta have a backbone to that, right?
I mean, I have a backbone. You want to see it? $20. I'll
Yeah.
take my
Let's
shirt
see your
off.
bone.
Funny
Or
thing about your backbone is
Is it's located on my?
dick.
dick.
Yeah, your dick.
I was
Yeah.
gonna go with cock. Sounds more porn. But,
Oh.
dick works.
Yeah, dick.
I like family friendly shows.
Yeah.
Just show me your dick. Don't show me your cock.
Yeah.
It's too
Yeah.
aggressive.
Yeah.
Cock.
Show me your pussy.
There you go.
Show me your cunt. You know,
I
real
don't think
real
people
different.
say-
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah,
fair
yeah, yeah.
enough.
Let me see that cunt.
is different.
No.
That is different.
Shit. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, man.
So you are single,
I am.
ready to mingle?
No.
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 Not-
Just-
not looking.
Too focused.
Fuck
man.
it.
Yeah, on
Too
you.
focused. And no offense to you ladies out here in Utah, but
Yeah,
I'm
they're
not.
taking
I'm not really
offense.
seeing something that's worth me breaking distraction for.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if I find her and I see it, absolutely balls to the walls. Like, if I see the one I have to have her. But until that happens, like, I just don't want to spend my time. There's so much more valuable things I can spend my time on than chasing like low quality
girls.
And that's a shot. That's fucked up to say. But
No, but it's true though.
When you think about when I think about the standard of where I want
That's
my
what
life
you
to
want,
be,
yeah.
I have to hold myself to it, and I'm not even at the level to get the woman I want to get, which is why I don't even spend the time.
Yeah.
I know I'm not where I want to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
Anybody
how can you
look,
expect her to be
exactly
when
so
you're
I'll
hunting?
wait.
Yeah.
Why rack up a number and have to explain that to her, to the woman you love, with like, hey, look, over the last year I slept with 15 floozies, but then I found you, and now you're the only one.
Damn,
Right?
you slept with 50?
No, I've slept with 3 women in my life.
No.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, I know too. I apologize.
I don't believe you. I was thinking 1. I was thinking you're
this-
such a.
This is a nice man. I better have another drink so I
Yeah.
can bump that to
Here.
2.
Let's
Cheers.
do
It's
it.
good seeing you, man.
Yeah. No, but yeah, not seeing nobody, not really looking. So
That's good.
yeah.
Tyler, what you got?
Let's see. Backus. All right. So what made you go like into like all this crazy motivation? Like what sparked it? And then from there, I know what that spark is. Once you get it, it's just fucking.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how to start?
What started you down that path?
Yeah, it's so motivated.
Honest, you guys, like being real about the whole situation. Let me get this a little closer. Being real about the whole situation, it has been a roller coaster. Like,
Yeah.
regardless of how it may seem on the outside, it's been an absolute roller coaster. I was 18. My dad died. My dad, don't get it twisted. My dad was not a good dad. He wasn't even a good dude. He was actually somebody, if you knew him, you would avoid at all costs, right?
Yeah.
Shit.
But when he died, it still had an impact on me because I always
course.
wanted him to be dad. I was like, he's gonna fix himself. He's gonna come around. Like I was
Yeah,
that kid.
Everyone
right?
wants their dad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I couldn't get over the little fantasy of like perfect mom, perfect dad, and I love my mom, but she's riddled full of problems that he caused. You know what I mean? And that still to this day inhibits our relationship. So in a way, it's kind of like an 0 for 2. But and again, I love my mom, but I was 18 and my dad died, and I just got my very first like actual sales job. I was going door to door selling Kirby vacuums. You probably remember that.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah. And I was sitting in our van. We had these 15 passenger vans. I remember we'd come in every day and there'd be this big pump up meeting, and everybody would get stoked. It's like, singing Kirby songs and jumping up and down and celebrating sales, like just fucking insane shit. You know what I mean? Shit you do in other
Just
offices.
a bunch
people,
of white people stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There were some black people, and sometimes we did more black shit than white shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? But one day it just led me to like, we did it so much that one day I just wanted to do something different.
Besides selling vacuums or besides selling?
Besides just doing the pump up in the room, I wanted to see what I could do on my own. What else was out there as far as pump up? And I came across Tony Robbins.
Yep.
And for those of you who don't know who Tony Robbins is, get your shit straight. Go to YouTube, type in Tony Robbins, buy all of his books, buy your next ticket to a seminar, do whatever you got to do. I wish he was at 10X GrowthCon next month, but he's not.
There's a big group of them. Didn't he come like last year?
No, he came like September. Yeah,
October,
September.
Isn't that
Yeah.
he's a
Gary
big
Vee?
dude, right? Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, number
He
one in
must
the
have a
world.
Hog.
He's got a hog on him?
Yeah.
He's got a hog
Sorry, I
on him.
had to bring it back
apparently.
down.
Hey,
All right.
shit. I mean, it's like,
How do
why
you know?
not?
Because isn't Tony Robbins like the actual giant though, right? Like he's an actual like big.
He's 6'5". He's my size.
Yeah, like, I thought you had like an actual like.
I appreciate you
Yeah, it's
talking
weird when you-
saying we got big
Yeah.
Well, it's
hogs
like
that
when
are
you came in, I
65.
hugged you, and I had to get on my tippy toes. Like I don't
Yeah.
have to do that.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I have that effect on women.
Dang.
Thanks.
That's-
You also
You've been blessed.
dropped my panties
Ooh.
and made me into a super soaker.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
there you
So I was like,
This is not your
ooh.
neighborhood water fight.
Sure ain't.
No, but I came across Tony Robbins, and I literally just started listening to The Edge. It's one of his CD series, and then The Power Within. It was another CD series. And I noticed that my sales started jumping through the roof. Like I was, just barely 19 years old, and I was bringing home $1,200 a week.
Dang.
Which
That's
at
baller.
19 years old, I was like,
That's
man,
you're
like-
basically a millionaire.
yeah, basically.
For
At
real.
19 years old.
I
yeah,
would
you're
literally,
you might as well be.
I was in, and I probably shouldn't share this, but I was in Buckle so much that all the women in Buckle were trying to fuck me to buy them stuff at Buckle.
Really?
Like
They
dead
get
serious.
employee
Like
discount.
this girl, I kid you not. I'm just gonna be flat out. Yeah,
Yeah.
this girl from
No
Buckle
names.
came, no names.
Yeah.
This girl came over and literally probably gave me one of the best blowjobs in my life.
Dang.
And then the next day she goes, I really like this watch, and I was like, I see.
That's what
I was
I-
like, you gave it up too soon. And then I didn't talk to her because she's a gold digger, but
Yeah.
I don't want to discredit what she did, but.
exactly what it is.
Why
Like,
would I?
Yeah, you did a good job.
This is definitely
it's
podcast
like you were
talk.
you were teaching her how to sell.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
because-
Because you were
Did.
fucking for the sell.
right. No, but I was was making $1,200 a week.
Okay.
And it just kept going up and up and up. And then I actually rose to the top sales position in my office.
Okay.
My office was in Kirby. There's what's called factory distributors and then distributor trainees. So once you get to like a high level and they open your own office, you become a distributor trainee, but you're still under that factory distributors organization. It's like becoming a franchise of your bosses, right? And once you become good enough and you prove yourself and you meet your qualifications, then you can become your own organization completely. Well, at the time, we were still what we call a DT, distributor trainee. And I rose to the number one sales in all the organizations. And at that time, there were 4 different offices, including this factory distributor. There was 3 DTs and an FD, and I was outselling everybody, right? And, I was just continue to listen to this stuff and continue to push and continue to see my sales to rise. To the point of where I set a franchise record inside of Kirby.
Shit, son.
Yeah, for
Damn.
well, not even franchise. I set a Kirby record for my division, which is like 9 states.
Yeah.
For most sales in a month, I sold 51 Kirby's door to door. In August.
Jesus.
So when you were a trainee, you still out there hustling too?
Oh, dude, I was just a sales rep at this time.
Yeah.
I got recruited to the main factory distribution, which was the number 1 sales office in the world, and I was the number 1 sales agent.
Damn.
And I credit a lot of this to the motivation I listened to. And I was traveling all over the country. You guys probably remember seeing me all over the place on Facebook.
Yeah.
I was doing sales trainings. I was traveling for sales. I was making buku money, and I attribute all of that to an hour a day of motivation.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So that's how I got so motivated. I literally saw it unfold in my own life.
Yeah.
Like when I was 20, when I turned, the year I turned 21, I think it was 2013. August of that year, 2 months before I turned 21, I made $22,000 the month I sold 51, right?
Good Lord.
Most I'd ever made, right?
Yeah.
And I had nobody around me with any kind of financial sales sense to tell me what to invest or save. So I blew that shit.
Yeah. So
I'll own
easy.
that. Dude,
Yeah.
four almost 5 years of straight making a lot, blowing a lot. You look back and you go, son of a bitch. But then you also look back and you go, son of a bitch.
Yeah,
You
that
know?
was
Yeah.
fun. That was
Right?
fun.
Oh, we'll have to talk about the time I turned 21 in Vegas. But
Write it
yeah,
down.
that's
Get to it. That's kind of like what sparked it. Was all the sales like when you turned 18 to 19.
I watched it change my life dramatically. My sales ability was a huge part of it, but my mentality was another one. Because you have to remember, I went door to door in 115 degrees, negative 27 in Winnemucca, Nevada of 2013.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Negative 27 outside for 6 hours, knocking on doors, selling $3,000 vacuums. Like I went through
Jesus.
shit. And twice a year I do a push month, August and March, the 2 longest months of the year. I would work 31 days straight, 18 hours a day.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did that for almost 5 years, right? I developed myself so much because I literally spent time in front of thousands and thousands. I would guess, upwards of like 40 to 50,000 people across that time.
Yeah.
Cold call selling.
Jeez.
It forces you to develop yourself. If you don't, you starve and you quit. I did, you know what I mean? But that's where it started.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man.
We just dove deep.
Oh, dude.
Deep in the waters.
Bro, we're still shallow right now. Don't
True.
play. We are shallow as fuck.
Oh, man.
What? I don't know, dude, because when I think about like being a kid with you, when I think about being like a youngin', right, I don't think of you diving balls deep into sales. I don't think of you diving balls deep into guns. Like, I could probably see the guns thing. I could totally see the guns thing. I just don't, I just never saw it coming, So it's nice to see that, like, you've done so well. And to know that, like, we've always been friends throughout it.
We always will be.
Well, and it's like, because you come across these people in life, and you come across these people who are, like, fakes. A lot of fakes will come in and out of your life. And they'll attach themselves to you just because they see themselves, like, wanting something from you.
Yeah, you have something they want.
Yeah, something that you can provide.
Exactly.
And it's just nice that I can still surround myself with, like, true OGs that have been friends since day one.
Yeah.
And that aren't fucking starving. They're not homeless. They're not addicted to anything. Like, I mean, like, besides, like whatever.
A little bit of marijuana.
Yeah. Marijuana, coffee.
Only in the legal states.
Yeah. But it's like,
I don't illegally smoke marijuana.
no. Yeah. We take journeys and travels.
Colorado's 5 hours away. I just go on down to Grand Junction and have myself a little blunt. I'm high enough for the next 3 days. I'm good.
Yeah. That's good.
Oh, that's
shit.
funny.
So yeah, it's just nice, dude. It's nice.
Yeah. I remember, crazy enough, I remember the very first time we met, dude. I don't remember the teacher's name,
School,
but I
yeah.
remember it was at Mountain High, and it
Yep.
was in that the whiteboard was north facing, and I remember they had those
Mhm.
round tables, right? And you were sitting on the left, or you were sitting in the center. I was sitting on the right, and somebody was sitting on your left. I think it was Brian.
Yeah.
And that was the first time we met, and we laughed, and instantly it was like Cool Kid 7, Cody
Yeah.
Cool Kid 7, TBB, which is that boy Backus
yeah.
7, right? And for 10 years, check this out, for
So
10
weird.
years, his name hasn't changed in my phone. Not
Really?
once. I never
Yeah.
changed
That's
it.
funny.
Yeah.
Half the time I don't remember his
Same.
last name because it's only ever Cool Kid 7.
Yeah.
You know what I
Hilarious.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's great.
but that's why I came out here, man. Like,
Yep.
we've been friends for a long time, and you're like, well, it's an hour. You don't have to come out here.
Yeah.
But what's
Yeah.
an hour drive to see one of your longtime
true.
friends you haven't seen in a while and get to appear on their podcast?
Yeah.
Not only
Bam.
that, but if you call me because somebody else, or you text me because somebody else fell through and they're
Yeah.
not showing up, and I
Yeah.
don't show up, shit.
You're all, then I just
Shit.
look
No,
at
no,
it.
no. Let me explain how my life works. I say yes to everything
Yeah, that's cool.
until
We were
I
talking
have
about
to
that.
fucking say no. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
Everything. It doesn't matter what it is. I will say yes to anything unless I absolutely have to say no.
That was that movie. Yes, man.
I have never seen that.
You
Wow.
Your life is modeled after that.
Yeah?
You should totally see it.
I should probably, if my
Yeah.
life is model, I probably should, because if it is,
really good.
If I watch it and I'm like, Cody, how are you gonna
Well, I mean,
say
it's not.
that,
I mean, it's not.
man?
But the idea,
I know,
ideal
I
of
know.
saying
Yeah.
yes to everything.
You should.
He goes.
How long
through-
you been doing that for?
Yeah. How did that start?
That's been going for.
We're just gonna ask you questions.
That's fine.
We're just- Yeah.
I went through the most traumatic experience of my life in August of 2016. I lost a son.
Jesus.
Oh shit.
And just to clarify, my son didn't die. I was with a woman who I was
Mm.
literally prepared to make my wife.
I remember this. Yeah.
And a month after he was born, I found out he wasn't my son.
Jesus.
Oh.
We lived together. We shared.
Jerry
we
shit.
Oh, dude, it was
Jerry Springer.
honestly one of the most traumatic things in my
Oh,
life.
shut up.
And I spent almost a year and a half. Like, I'm telling you, like, this stride you guys are seeing,
Yeah.
it's taken me a year and a half of trudging through the shit to get back here. That's why I said it's a roller coaster. I'm
For
not going to
real.
sit here and pretend I haven't been at some serious lows.
Yeah, of course.
But that's important, That's part of the
That's what builds
story.
you, for sure.
Yeah, if you don't have any lows, you don't really have any highs. You have neutral.
What do you
right?
learn from?
Exactly.
If all you have is success, what do you learn
Exactly. But about September of last year, I started
Yeah.
saying yes to everything.
Yeah.
I was a security contractor, and I really enjoyed that. I was like, look, this is what I want to do. And I love guns, and I love the thought of, like, being a sheepdog, a protector.
from? Yeah,
But
popping a motherfucker.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'll shoot a fucking. If you're a terrible person and
Yeah.
like you rape people and you fucking pillage villages
Yeah.
and shit, and like I don't
Pillage
care
villages.
where in the world you're at. Like,
Yeah.
if you're any kind of a terrorist, I'm not even gonna pretend I would shoot you in your
Yeah.
fucking head. I wouldn't even care
Yeah.
because I know the world's better without you. I'm not
Yeah.
like, oh my god,
It's a lost life.
society's gonna
So-
shun me. It's like, no, society just got fucking safer,
Yeah, for sure.
right?
For sure.
This guy was gonna fucking rape and kill a child, or fucking bomb a city, or lay an IED, or some shit.
Yeah.
I have zero fucks to give about that one.
Yeah,
But-
long live Allah.
Yeah, we're gonna. You know what I always found funny, man? And we're gonna veer off into terrorists
Just
for a
do it.
second. We
Whatever you
should.
want.
We
I don't care.
This is terrorism
Just
talk.
You can't use.
What Backus?
You can't. Okay, pork. There's no pork in that religion. Right?
Chorizo?
That's my understanding. You don't do pork,
Okay.
right? You don't do pigs. You don't eat that stuff. It's in my understanding, and I could be wrong here.
Okay.
Spitballing from what I know.
Right.
Consuming pork literally makes you unworthy of Allah, right? Those 72 virgins, quote unquote, go away. But they
I
use
guess.
explosives.
Right.
Yeah.
And the serious majority of explosives use gelatin. Gelatin is made from fucking
pork.
pigs.
Yeah, yeah.
So you blow yourself up with something that has the untouchable pig in it.
Do you think they have that much technology though?
Bro, if they had that much
To be
technology, why the
manufacturing gelatin? Well, what I'm saying is like they
No,
could just be using
explosives.
like TNT dynamite shit.
fuck? No, explosives.
Aren't TNT and
There's
dynamite
gelatin. I'm not talking
there?
I'm not talking Jello.
talking like sticks?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know a lot. I'm asking questions.
I don't know shit.
Oh, sorry,
know.
man, I'm getting over here. I could be
Don't
wrong.
get defensive.
Watch me be an asshole. Like, how do you not know? And then they're like, there's no fucking gelatin in there. And I'm
Well-
like, I'm an asshole. I don't fucking know.
Well, what are the powders, right? So powder is like gun. Like so, what's in a bomb, right? What's in dynamite? TNT.
Bro, we're not talking about this.
Okay.
Is that
Look,
gelatin?
look,
I don't
Look,
get
look.
Not
If
make
you
a
want to
bomb.
know, I'm gonna get everybody in here on a fucking NSA watch list, right?
Yeah, don't do that.
Order the fucking Alchemy cookbook.
Yeah.
And you will end up on
No,
the
what is
NSA
it?
radar. It's the Alchemy cookbook. It's literally a
Mm.
book of how to build bombs, and it's for sale on our market.
Shit.
But I guarantee you look that shit up, you're landing on a list. So that's fine. If you don't care, Alchemy cookbook.
No,
If you
hold
blow
on.
shit up, I didn't tell you. Anyways,
It's all recorded.
getting back on track. We're so far off right now. I don't remember where we switched avenues.
I don't know, man. Why you look? Put your phone away.
Stop. Just I'm listening. Just
You're looking it up, huh?
No, because it's not. I can't remember the actual name of it. Because there was a documentary on Netflix about the guy who wrote it.
The Alchemy, or the Anarchy,
Anarchist
Cookbook. That's
Thank
what
you.
it is.
Okay.
Did I say Alchemy?
Yeah.
Alchemy's
And I
fucking
was like,
video
I
too,
ain't a
though.
Full Metal
no,
Alchemist
no,
shit.
no.
This ain't no
it's,
anime.
Anarchist.
Yeah,
Cookbook.
Anarchist Cookbook.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, okay.
Anarchist Cookbook.
Okay, we're good.
Um,
I'm happy now. Sorry.
But I was
Fuck.
no,
We
no.
can't be
That's what you're
advertising
saying.
false
We were
stuff.
talking about how long have I been doing this? Say yes to everything.
God, I'm glad you're
So
paying attention.
I left security contracting, right?
Okay.
My final day was September 10th. And I had been relieved of command a few days before that because things had kind of worked out. They had sufficient, they had
Staffing.
sufficient notice.
Okay.
They didn't really have the staffing, but they had notice. And so I left a few days earlier. And one of the businesses I partner in now, Kickback Coatings.
Okay.
I
Shout
walked in. Shout out to Kickback Coatings. Check us out if you have guns and you want custom gun work, gun parts, any of that
You guys
stuff.
do like Cerakoting and shit?
Oh, dude, Cerakoting, hydro dipping, gun coat, KG,
all the above.
gunsmithing,
Decent
milling,
prices?
engraving. Like, we will make your gun look so good. Kickbackcoatings.com. Come see us in Riverdale, 860 West Riverdale Road, Suite D7, Riverdale, Utah,
this guy.
84405.
It's a guru in this bitch.
Dude, I'm serious about my shit.
Follow him on Instagram.
Dude, Kickback Coatings, Instagram, Facebook. I'm serious about this shit. Check us out.
Word. Okay, keep
Uh,
going.
Yeah.
TacticalPenguin.com. That's you can't sell gun parts without like FFL-based websites. So our FFL's attached to that. So TacticalPenguin.com sells a lot of our gun parts.
Oh. Hey, when you're doing plugs, slow down.
Okay, dude, I'll get.
This will all be
sound.
in the
going.
description. Just write.
Yeah, we'll write it all down.
Yeah.
We'll get you.
Let me apologize. This is what happens.
You're okay.
I get what I call aggressively passionate about.
No,
shit.
yeah, I get it.
And I literally
I'm the same way.
take off, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People tell me all the time, you got to slow down. And I really should remember that because when you speak slower, you
It's-
grab more attention.
Well, that and it's easier to understand.
Yeah, so let me
Even
say
if it
this
is
again.
slower.
Kickback
No, we'll get to it at the end. Stop.
.com.
Stop. Get out of here with that shit.
funny.
We'll get back to it in a minute.
So that was part of saying yes. When I started,
That was a job that you said yes to.
yeah, it was an opportunity. I didn't even see it as a job. I didn't see it as a career. I saw it as an opportunity.
Okay.
I started in the back learning to really gunsmith, and I knew some stuff about gunsmithing, but when you do it, it's a profession. It's a whole different world because you see so many different things you haven't fiddled with before.
Mm-hmm.
So I began learning gunsmithing. I learned how to Cerakote, and I did that for about 2.5 months.
Okay.
And then I was making a lot of mistakes. Projects were having to be redone because
I get that.
I struggle with colors, believe it or not, but I'm color deficient. So certain things that you see, I don't see the same, right? And that was causing contrasting problems. It was causing depth problems because the shading between two colors.
Is it color blind? Is it related to color
No, I
blindness?
see colors. I just sometimes will register colors different than you based on the colors around them. Like my brain will just floop, and I won't see it the same. Like I'll lose brown and green. I'll lose blue and purple. I'll lose red and green, right?
Yeah.
But only at certain shades put together. So it's a deficiency more than a color blindness because I can see them independently. But certain concoctions actually make me lose vision of one or the other, and it
fuck
becomes
me up.
dominant.
All right.
Yeah,
That's
it
new type
fucks
shit.
me up, dude. Try to fucking paint guns,
Jesus.
coat guns, and you
Yeah.
fucking.
Like,
So-
I want it blue and red. You're like, gotta
Yeah.
do two different colors.
Yeah, but my consistency was off. I was just making mistakes. I made a few mental errors. One that cost me, $2,000.
Oh shit.
And it's the real deal. So I literally thought, I never thought I was going to lose my job, but I thought that conversation was on the table. It was the first time in my life I hadn't succeeded to the top level anything I did. You know what I mean? Regardless of how long it was, I rose to the top of everything until
Right.
I got bored and moved on. That was kind of my problem, was moving on too fast. But I talked with the owner, and good buddy of mine, and I got moved to the front. So I got moved back into sales. I got
Right.
put over like sales, online stores, growth. I got
Shit that
responsibility
you
in
already know
marketing,
you're good at.
the stuff that I fit in my niche,
Yeah.
right? And that's what I do now for the store. Like I'm over sales and marketing, and I increase revenue and I scale this business.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do $1 million plus this year. And things are moving.
Mhm.
We got multiple online presences, multiple online stores. We dominate the northern Utah Cerakote market. We're opening another store in April here in South Salt Lake, and we're literally going to dominate the South Salt Lake, Lehigh, all that
Damn.
Bountiful area.
Killing it.
And that's what saying yes to opportunity is. There's
Mm-hmm.
no way and I'm a partner in the company now. I own a percentage of the company. I started out in the back at a
Shit.
point where I thought I might literally lose my job.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's what saying yes is, is powerful, because I didn't
Fuck.
see myself becoming a partner in this company. I already have a company. You know what I
Right.
mean? I never thought I'd be 25. At 24, I lost my first company, right? Actually, it was 2016. So I was 20. I had just turned 23, right? I lost my first company. I had it when I had my family. My girlfriend was pregnant. And I was a distributor for Kirby, right? I had
Mhm.
worked up to that. And because of the hardships that I was going through emotionally, I lost that business.
Mhm.
And not because I had to lose that business. I literally fired everybody.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I stopped going to work. I fell behind on everything, and I just stopped doing it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And
Yeah, you lose that motivation for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, I didn't want to do
Mentally,
anything.
physically,
Yeah,
all the above.
but the crazy part was, in that, my townhouse that I just got was wrapped up into my business. My truck was wrapped up into my business. The car I bought her was wrapped up into my business.
That's a mess.
All the bills that we had was wrapped up into everything. It was all consolidated, because that's the way to do it, in my opinion, at least
Yeah.
in the situation I was in. So I lost everything. I literally had to move back in with my grandma and my mom at the age of 23,
Mm-hmm.
after being, what I would call extremely successful for that point in my life. And I spent a year and a half, up until this point, just getting back into this position. So I never thought, by saying yes to this, I would be adding a second business into my my arena.
Repertoire.
Yeah, my repertoire arena, right?
Yeah.
At 3 months past 25. I didn't think that this was going to happen, but by saying yes to the opportunities, by saying yes to everything, unless I absolutely have to say no, like that's what got here. That deal we talked about pre-show, for the consulting. You know what I mean? Building this foundation that has literally the governor's backing it, the Utah Senate seat backs it, tons of people, like high dollar names, high influence in the state back what he's got going.
What you're focusing on.
Yeah, we did a gun for him. And I'm not going to say any names right now, because
Right.
I don't know how he feels,
Or
but
ever.
who knows?
Hmm.
But we did a gun for him for a foundation, for a charity that sold to raise money for veterans, right?
Right.
So he wanted
That's
more
cool.
guns done, and he came in, and we got talking business, the statistics of the foundation, things like that. And the things I was hearing was blowing my mind. I was like, how are you doing this?
How are you not doing this?
Yeah. How are you not doing exactly? We sat. He must have been in there 2-3 hours,
Right.
right? But by saying, yes, the opportunity of giving him knowledge, I didn't ask for anything for him. My time's expensive. My time's $1,000 an hour right now.
Yeah.
I didn't ask him for anything, and I gave him almost 3. I'd say probably pretty close to 3.
Yeah.
But you know what he did, dude? That's what happened. I said yes to the opportunity. I said, hey, look, this guy obviously has something going. I didn't wake up this morning and plan to be a part of this, but this is presenting itself in an opportunity. Right? It doesn't have to be, hey, will you do this for me? It presented itself in the form of a conversation of knowledge that I have, that he was lacking, even though he's worth what he's worth.
Right.
And saying yes to opportunity is what drove me to that. And that happened. That happened yesterday, or the day before last. What's today? Thursday. So it happened on Tuesday. And was solidified today that I'll be going in as part of their team, helping them do their business consulting and strategies, building the business, and that's why I do that, man. That's why I say yes to everything.
Jeez.
We were talking about it earlier, and I think it's a really positive thing. Like,
Yeah.
even if it's, something as mundane as like just catching, like, let's say like your friend's like, hey man, you want to hang out today? Like, just say yes.
Yeah.
And it's something as serious as like, hey, I got like a really big business opportunity for you. Like, do you think you could help me out? Or like, hey, like this is what I got going on. Oh, well, let me help you improve that, because like he's not really necessarily asking you, but you're saying yes to the opportunity of him presenting
Exactly.
the idea to you, which is awesome, because it's just you're taking advantage of the opportunity. You're saying yes. You're putting forth that extra effort to make your life better,
Yeah.
which is great.
You honestly can't do it alone.
Yeah.
You can't. You have to work off what other people build too. Like, and this is something I got from Grant Cardone, and I have adopted this the best I can, and will continue to perfect this. But I'm ethical, but I'm unreasonable. I will get an advantage over you or anybody else who's trying to be in my space, and I will dominate you.
Yeah.
I will be ethical, I will be moral, but I will be unreasonable. You know what I mean? And that's literally what I've adopted also for the say yes. Like, you're right, he didn't ask me for advice.
Yeah, exactly.
But the way that it came about was like, look, I have this issue. And he didn't come out and say, hey, Brandon, solve this issue.
right.
So I didn't
Yeah,
try
he
to
didn't-
solve it.
Yeah, he didn't.
But I
ask for
tried to
help.
give him enough value that he would see that I could solve it, right? And that's literally what transpired. And the funny part was I was supposed to meet with him yesterday at 1 o'clock. And I didn't go into work yesterday because I was going to do some stuff from the house,
And
right?
you hit the snooze button.
I didn't hit the snooze button, right? I got up at 5. At 10:30, I was like, I'm a little bit tired. I've been running crazy hours. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a nap. I'll take a nap for an hour, wake up 11:30, shower, get ready. I'll be there by 1. I didn't wake up till 5:30.
Damn.
That's what naps will do to you.
I literally got text messages like, "Did you forget about our meeting?" And this guy's time. The dude's worth millions and millions,
Right.
and this dude's time was worth a lot. So instantly, dude, just pit in my stomach. It's like, I just worked so hard to get this, and I
God
just
damn
fucked
it.
this up. So you know what I did, dude? You ready for this?
Jerked off so hard.
No,
Oh, okay.
no, I haven't even jerked off.
You
since,
blasted your shitter.
but no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no. Neither one of those is gonna solve my problems, guys.
I mean,
No, I texted him. I
Okay.
called him twice, back to back.
Dang.
Like he didn't answer. Called him again. I sent him a text message.
Okay.
And matter of fact, I will read you verbatim what I said.
okay.
Nice. Do
I'll
it.
take that.
Overcommit, overdeliver. If you
Okay.
learn anything from this podcast right now with me, overcommit, overdeliver.
Okay.
Don't undercommit and overdeliver. Nobody wants to go,
Yeah.
hey, you want to be average? Come on down. Let's be average. You know, I'm going to do an average job for you. I'm going to get you
Mhm.
average results. No.
I don't.
I'm going
I
to
don't
get you
search for that on
outstanding,
Google.
absolutely, undeniably, fucking phenomenal results. And
Yeah.
you're never going to make more money than you are with me.
Yeah.
But guess what? I overdeliver. I do everything in my power to make sure that happens.
Yeah. Yeah. When I get on Google, I don't search. What's the normal way to get out, staying out of a white shirt? I say, what's the best way?
Yeah.
You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes. so
Like
check
I don't
this
sit
out.
there and fuck around.
Check this
I want to know the best way to do it. What do you got? An iPhone 3S?
It's actually a 5 SE and the screen's busted.
Jesus Christ! Of
Damn.
course
Bro,
it is.
check
Who do
this
you
out.
got? You got
Let me
T-Mobile?
explain this to you. Let me explain
I will
this to
give you a phone right now.
It's actually Metro PCS. Let me explain this to you.
Okay.
It doesn't matter how much money I make or what I'm doing in my life. I will ride out
Get a
this
flip phone.
busted ass shit.
Why?
I drive an $1,800 car that's paid off that gets me A to B at 35 miles a gallon. It's a Saturn, literally.
Nice.
And I will drive that bitch till there's millions in the bank or fucking the wheels fall off. And then I'll probably buy a Camry. Because the next car I'm buying is
Super
a fucking
reliable.
1911 GTR RS. Period. I don't need to waste my money on fucking anything but that. Because guess what? I don't want that other shit. That or a fucking brand new Range Rover. Supercharged V8, white, red
Those
leather
fall
interior.
apart super easy though.
Bro, it could fall apart. Guess what? I'm going to have the money to fix that bitch because that's what I want.
Yeah, I'll
right?
take an
So check this out.
911.
I said,
This guy, right?
blank, this is Brandon. I apologize for yesterday and I want to make it up to you. More ideas, more strategies, more value. Let's meet up and I will show you that yesterday's mishap is going to disappear in our timeline. Call me as soon as possible and let's make things happen. I'm your guy for ideas and strategies and business consulting. I'm the guy.
Yeah, if your girl
I will
breaks
give
up
you
with
what you need to scale and grow your foundation to a huge level. I'm confident I will bring huge value to your organization. Matter of fact, I guarantee it. I sent that. This was a response.
good.
100% agree. Excited to have you on the team.
That's good.
That's costing $1,000 an hour.
Yeah,
And I fucking missed the appointment.
and you fucked up.
Over promise,
Yeah,
over commit, over deliver.
yeah.
That's
yeah,
it.
I bet you were really like. That's what I was about to say. Is if you fucked up with your girl, you're the guy you want to text. Like, yo, what do I say?
Bro, help. SOS.
Seriously,
Yeah.
you know what happens if I fuck up with my girl? You know what I say?
You fucking fix it immediately.
Next.
You don't
no,
fuck
no,
up.
check this out. If I fuck up, it's nothing bad. It's just her emotion. Because I'm not out cheating.
Yeah, you
I'm
tell
not
her
out
that
fucking
too, huh?
boozing at the club. I'm like, look, if you can't handle my busy ass trying to make a future for
Yeah.
myself, you can take a hike. Because otherwise, you better get on the train. And I don't care if that makes me sound like an asshole.
Yeah.
I refuse to spend my time with anybody who is not going to grow me, benefit me, increase my happiness, increase my mentality. Why would I? Is that selfish? Fine. Call me selfish.
No,
You're at least
but-
calling me something. You at least know who I am.
I like it.
No, it's good. It's good to keep yourself centered, and it's good to keep yourself focused on what you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially relationship-wise, because if you're planning on spending the rest of your life with this someone, then it's like, fucking focus
I
on.
will never get divorced.
Yeah. Well.
I will find the woman of my dreams, and I will do my part. And I promise you, there's a lot more. Let me ask you this. Well, let's
He's
get into
got some.
relationships for a second. Do you believe relationships are 50-50?
Like give and take.
Well,
What
just
do you mean?
whatever you decipher the term 50-50 to mean. Like, you know how people say, well, it's 50-50. And my
do I
connotations
believe
and
they
my
are, or do I
yeah.
believe they should be?
Either. Both.
Sure. Yes.
What about you?
Yeah.
What about you? My
Let's
man
see.
Ty, what about you?
Yeah.
Giggity.
Okay.
That mentality leads to a 50% divorce rate.
Good
Guess where
Lord.
this country's at? Almost about a 50% divorce rate.
So why? What should they be?
100-0. You should give 100% of yourself to somebody else without having any expectations. And if they're the right person, they're going to give 100% back.
Well, yeah. Yeah, so it should be 100-100.
No, it should be 100-0. Because if you do 100, you expect 100 at 100-100. At 100-0, you give 100.
Why you gotta fuck me up,
0.
Backus?
Because I want to set you straight.
Yeah, bro. He's
I
saying
wanna-
it straight right now.
I want to
Okay.
set you straight.
Bro, we
That's
gotta
good.
break up with our girlfriends. Quit our jobs.
Let me seriously have these
Start smoking meth.
have this conversation. Are you still with Mackenzie?
Yeah,
Dude, congrats, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I
it's
remember
all-
when you guys first got together. It's been a while now.
my longest relationship so far.
How long's it been?
It's almost 2 years.
Nice.
Almost.
So check this out. Have this conversation. If you feel like that's not being met, have this conversation.
More
Seriously,
distressed.
I know. It's already
seriously.
I'm
Look,
stressed for him.
I'm gonna give you guys a serious key relationships, and I'm not a relationship guru, but I do understand people. That's my strength, right? I
Right,
understand
yeah.
people.
You have to.
Communication, right? If your relationship is not exactly what you want it to be, it's because you haven't exactly defined what you want it to be and took the steps necessary to make that.
Yeah.
Like if you come home from a long day and you don't give her the enthusiasm you know she's probably wanting,
Yeah.
that's on you. That's you putting in a lack of effort.
Yeah. For
Now,
sure.
I agree you should be self-centered. I don't care what anybody thinks. You should always be self-centered because you cannot give the best of what you can give until you give the best to yourself. You put other people second so you can put them first. For those of you that make sense to, apply that.
Yeah.
But until you do that, you're not going to have the relationship you want. You're not going to have the friend relationship. You're not going to have the romantic relationship, the business relationships, affiliate relationships, until you clearly know what you want them to look like.
Yeah.
Because if I don't know that I want to do this, I'm not going to do it. But because I'm not doing it, there's a void in my relationship. But that's because I'm not taking action because you get comfortable, right? Every day is like,
complacent.
yeah, you should never get complacent with somebody you love, ever.
Yeah.
Because then you don't really love them. You lust them. Love is something you die for. Love is something that makes people step out in front of cars, step in front of bullets, lift up vehicles off their kids, jump into fucking gorilla pits for their kids. You know what I mean? That's love.
Yeah.
Love. You know what I mean? So but unless you clearly identify that, how do you know? You know what I mean? So people go through relationships like, I feel something for you. I feel something for you. I'm going to call it love. It feels like love. Okay,
Feels
it's
like
love.
boner.
But people don't really understand that when it comes to love, like it's do or die, it's all out. It's
Right.
your life for their life. And that kind of relationship, that kind of fire, that kind of desire solves more problems than you will ever have. You'll have skirmishes. You'll have disagreements. Everybody does.
Of
You come from
course.
two different places.
Yeah.
But you literally put your life on the line for your significant other, and that doesn't have to be a wife or a husband. It can be a boyfriend. Significant means significant, period. That's what that means to me.
You have someone in your life that's significant.
Exactly. Other than you, right? If that's the case, why wouldn't you be 100-0? Why would you expect anything? from them?
Bam.
If they're the fucking light of your life, you don't light a light of your life and then say, hey, by the way, I want you to do all of this shit for me. No,
And
you
if
say,
you
look,
don't,
you're the fucking light of my life. You go
suffocate.
away, my life is fucking dark,
Mm-hmm.
right? So try that.
Can't
right?
put that on your
Yeah, I encourage it.
It's tough, man. It's a tough thing. What would be your best way? What would you suggest to everyone to say, like, if they're feeling like they're not being loved, if they're feeling like maybe like this is love, what's the best way to nip it in the butt or to find out if it's actually worth their time?
Well, I'm going to give you a couple answers.
'Kay.
Yeah,
'cause
I
I
don't
asked
feel
a
like
couple
I don't feel like
questions.
something that brought can be
It's
one.
very
Jesus.
First, find out what your love language is.
yeah.
I mean, learn about yourself, right? What is your love language?
You heard
There's
about this
5 love
shit?
Yeah.
languages. There's a book called 5
What are-
Love Languages.
what
I'm
are
not going to
yours?
tell you what they are because I don't want you to use this information. I want you to literally go buy
God damn it,
5
Backus.
languages of love.
Or you can subscribe now for $10.99. Like, you get this.
Snow Trail Podcast.
Exactly. Do you guys really do subscriptions?
No, we're just fucking
Oh,
around.
I was like, shit.
We don't have.
I'd have been selling for you guys this whole time, ladies
don't
and
have a
gentlemen.
great
Welcome to Snail Show
business
Podcast.
yeah.
You can do an introduction for this episode if you'd like.
Oh, I'd love to.
You still freestyle?
Oh, dude,
beatbox?
I'll do it.
Look at this guy.
Yes,
We'll
I'll
get
do
it. All right.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Okay.
I can't guarantee that how good it is, but I'll show
Yeah,
up.
Oh, shit.
of
I'll
course.
show up.
Yeah.
I told you, I'll say yes.
Show up. Show
Everybody
out.
can think I'm a damn clown, but I showed up. You know who I am.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But first, you want to find out how you view, receive, and give love.
Yeah.
And then you need to find out your partner. What is your partner? How do they view, receive, and give love, right? That's first you got to get on the same page. And then you got to find out who the fuck you are.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Are you doing this
Self-identification.
so the other person will do something for you? It's called validation. If you're a matter of fact, I'm going to suggest another book. There's a book called, and this is for the guys, women, I suggest you read it too, because if you're with a nice guy, this will help. And nice guys are actually the worst guys to date. Believe it or not, they're the worst guys to date. And this book will explain why.
Hey, we know about it.
Hey,
Check it
fuck
out.
us.
No
Fuck
more
us.
Mr. Nice Guys. Seriously.
That's what it's called?
No more Mr. Nice Guys.
Okay,
This
write it
book
down.
literally breaks down the fact of if you're a nice guy, you literally seek validation in your relationship. Period. Right?
That's true.
Everybody
Yep.
can
I totally do.
Yeah, you
it's
do
like
something, and then if she doesn't recognize it, it heats you, right? You're like,
Right.
but I did this for you. How come you didn't do this for
You
me? And
know-
women do this too. Go ahead.
Do you know who that's by?
Yeah, let me tell you right now. I've got it in my.
Oh, you're good. I can search
No,
it.
bro, I got literally right here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Robert A. Glover.
Robert Glover.
Robert A. Glover.
Roberto. Love.
But I listened to that. But you got to find out how you receive love. Like,
Yeah.
if you seek validation, and dude, I have to admit to everybody, I have been somebody who has sought validation for a long time in my life to fill the void of my
For sure.
parents, right?
Yeah.
The love I felt I didn't receive in the ways I thought I should receive it. I started seeking, about ninth grade, I started noticing I was changing, right? I became who everybody else wanted me to be. And I did what I thought would make other people happy or would make other people like me.
Totally.
And that
get
was my life up until probably like 2 years ago.
It becomes tribal. You want to start fitting in with everything that you want to surround yourself
Exactly.
Totally
But
get
it's like trying to give somebody like an outfit and have it be relevant in 6 months. You know, new clothes, new style, things come out, right? So if you're always trying to be that outfit, you're trying to be that chameleon, like you're never going to be happy because it's always going to change. So, stop doing things for validation. Be you. If somebody doesn't like it, allow people not to like it. Nice guys, we don't like confrontation. We will literally change anything we believe, say, or want to do because we don't want somebody to punch us in the face, even though nobody's really going to punch us in the face. And even if they do punch us in the face, we're still going to survive,
Yeah,
right?
you're
Preach.
gonna live.
But we do it
It's
because
true.
we
It's
don't
fuck.
want to have conflict. We're fucking terrified of conflict. I'm 6'5", 240 pounds, and I know what the fuck I'm doing with my body, and I still don't like conflict.
Yeah.
Something I'm
True.
still
Well,
Well,
working
it's just
through, right?
uncomfortable.
It
It's
is.
just-
It is.
Yeah, it's mentally
It is.
uncomfortable.
But this book will explain why to you.
Yeah.
There's seriously so much in this book that will apply to you as a nice guy. I don't care who you are out there. If you're a nice guy, you have to read No More Mr. Nice Guy, Robert A. Glover. But that's the first. That's the second thing. Find out. Who you are. Stop doing things for validation. And then the third one is be willing to walk away. When you go through a transformation where you find out how you accept love, how you give love, and how you view love, you might find out that person you're so in love with doesn't fit that.
Yeah.
They're not the lock to the key,
Yeah.
right? You're literally twisting this key back and forth, and the key's starting to warp, right? And now you're like, well, no other lock is going to accept this key because it's warped to this specific lock, so hopefully this lock's just going to pop, and then things are going to be okay, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't end that way. That's why you see people get back together, break up, get back together, abuse,
Yeah.
addictions, because people would rather hang on to it than lose it
And keep the
without
cycle.
realizing that by losing it, they're actually gaining it.
Mhm.
They're gaining the ability to be with that person. So that's the third thing. Be willing to let it go.
Yeah.
And with those three things, I feel like you can make any relationship work. I feel like I'll never get divorced
Yeah.
because I'll never marry a woman that would divorce me.
Yeah. You don't want to put yourself in the situation
Yeah.
where it'd be a problem.
Yeah,
You want to put yourself with someone with the key that actually fucking unlocks the lock.
absolutely. And I want my
before-
key to only work for that lock.
Truth.
I don't need to be the guy that's fucking. I don't need 15, 20 women. I
This is
don't.
true.
I don't need 5, 10. I don't need 2, 3 women. Like if I'm single, like I'm
Unless at
dating
the same
around. That's
time.
one thing.
Yeah. What?
I said if I'm single, I'm dating
Oh,
around.
okay.
That's one thing. But if I'm committed, like I only have eyes for one person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
Because every woman on the planet comes equipped with a vagina and boobs, right?
True.
They can all physically give you the same thing. Now, it might vary degrees of enjoyment, right? Everybody's
Right.
going to say that. But they can all do the same thing. But if you find somebody that mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically clicks with you, I mean, that shit's just not even worth a fucking night out at the club. You know what I mean? Like, you stop wanting to
True.
go places where sex is attracted unless you're making money or some kind of business there, because
Yeah.
why would you? Why
There's-
would you? Why
there's
would you
nothing
go there
appealing.
when there's nothing there for you?
Yeah. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of the drive. It's a waste of fucking everything mentally, too.
Absolutely.
You're putting yourself in the position where it's like you're almost setting yourself up for failure.
That's exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're setting yourself up for temptation. How often do you
Mhm.
make bad decisions on alcohol?
Yeah.
What do they serve at the club?
Yeah.
So you just spent $200 and you cheated on a girl who was for you?
You're like,
And my time, I don't know about you guys, but my time right now is worth $1,000 an hour.
Yeah.
If I'm gone for 5 hours, that's 5,000 plus my tab, plus my relationship, plus my fucking strategies, plus my goals, because everything's gonna come down.
Yeah.
I've already been through it. You lose somebody that your soul's connected to. I've been through it. I lost everything. I'm not even gonna chance that shit.
Yeah.
Not
You get it.
even
You
not
understand
even
how
a
it works.
percent.
Yeah.
Am I gonna chance that shit?
Yeah. Doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. But that's also why I don't get into relationships all the time with women that I don't feel can provide that.
Boom.
Stay logic based.
I don't need a companion.
Yeah.
I need a partner.
Truth.
Yeah. So you hell Satan or what?
All hails to Satan.
At the same time.
Vermuten der Jusen von
Good.
Satan.
Okay.
I don't know what I just said.
I know.
That
That was a
Backus.
Hitler joke for all of you who can't accept the fact that he's been dead for like 70
I know,
years.
dude. What a poor artist, you know.
God.
He tried though.
You know what's funny about that?
He
I watched another
tried.
comedy special with Bill Burr.
Mm.
He's
So
like,
good.
he's like,
So good.
fucking Hitler, 6 to 9, right? Right? Stalin, 20 to 25. Why don't those kills count?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think about that. Like, why is Hitler so bad? Like, he was
Yeah.
like,
Jesus even.
Bill Burr,
Lord.
look him up on Netflix if you like
Yeah.
comedies. Which, by the way, I'm gonna start doing
Classic.
comedy. Literally, I'm gonna start doing
Let's do
stand-up comedy, both, writing.
You
and
should do your
improv.
own fucking podcast with how much you goddamn talk, dude.
I should.
Fuck.
For real.
You should do a Bill Burr Monday morning podcast.
I'm not
Same
gonna do no
stuff.
Bill Burr.
No, obviously, but it's like the same, the platform, the same style where
Yeah.
it's like you just talking and you start off your fucking day and you like get everything set. You're ready. You know what? I'm going to take an hour out of my morning. I'm going to fucking set aside this podcast. I'm going to talk to everyone. I'm going to fucking set some motivation. I'm going to tell a couple jokes. I'm going to make some people laugh. And I want to keep inspiration flowing. Like,
Yes.
why not?
Yes. 2 weeks.
Do it.
2 weeks. You watch. I'm gonna acquire everything I need
Okay.
over the next 2 weeks.
If you need help, let us know. I mean, we can help you with.
Yeah.
We got sound. I mean, we don't have sound equipment, but we can tell you what to get.
Yeah.
We
Absolutely.
can, help
Dude,
you.
seriously, I'll buy it. Like,
We'll advertise for you.
I have to say yes. If I can, I must.
But it's like, why not? You know?
If I can, I must.
Yeah.
So
I don't even ask why not. If I can, I must, and I fucking can.
What are you gonna name it?
TBD. TBD. To be determined.
Oh, okay.
Wake up, hey, thanks for coming back to another episode of To Be Determined.
It's
Yeah.
not bad.
That's not bad.
It's not
Oh,
bad at all.
we'll get
Kind of
fucking-
stupid, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I appreciate
well,
that.
why you gotta do
I'll probably call it Red Velvet's morning session.
that? There you go.
we'll call it Velvet's
Yeah.
Life.
Yeah.
You know how many people don't know me as Brandon now? They
Yeah,
just
so
know me
why?
as Velvet or
Where
Red
did
Velvet.
that come from?
Yeah, where did that come
I don't
from?
want to hear a 20-minute story. I
I
just
know
want to know
Backus.
why Red Velvet? Because you
I
dig
got tired of
down
being
on
I
some
got
Red
tired of being called a ginger.
Oh, so you just
Oh,
Red Velvet.
Yeah, so I
that's
came up with Red
good.
Velvet, yeah.
That's not bad at all.
That's pretty good.
That's way more. Dude, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That reminds me of some.
I even got a
Because you're so
Red
sweet.
Velvet tattooed on my quad right
Because you're so sweet.
Oh,
Ooh, how's that? You sweet dick?
You're going to get the red velvet, huh?
Yeah.
You pay for when you eat for $5, a
Yeah.
big boy.
What's on your Netflix lately?
comedy. That's really it.
Just a lot of comedy stuff.
I decided I was gonna do comedy, so I just started watching a ton of comedians and studying how they work the crowd and studying how they gauge their jokes.
You listen to any podcasts?
I did, and then I kind of stopped. I need to get back into it admittedly, but Jocko Willings, I listened to his.
Jocko's fucking
Joe
Yeah.
Rogan.
Yeah.
I listened to Gary Vee. I
Yeah.
listened to his podcast. Ryan Stewman has a podcast for Hardcore Closer. So I listen to a couple.
A lot of motivational stuff.
That's all I do, dude.
When you want to know some comedy podcasts, hit us up.
I definitely I need them now. Like
Yeah.
before I leave, just
Okay.
write them down.
We'll
Remember?
tell you. I'll
Say
text
yes.
you or some shit.
I want to do comedy.
Yeah.
Okay, say yes. I'm doing it.
Let's do it, dude.
That'd be sick, dude.
It's beautiful.
Oh, it is sick. It already is sick. Speak it into existence.
You go to any comedy shows? Have you been?
I went to Wise Guys like twice,
Okay.
and I didn't really enjoy myself. But I wasn't
Really?
really.
Who'd
in
you
the
go
mindset.
see?
I have no idea.
Well, that's why.
Is it just because who you with?
I wasn't in the right mindset.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Were you
I-
with someone?
No,
who
I was
wanted to
I was
go?
with a great group of people. They invited me. I went
Okay.
with them, right? And they all had a great time, but I just wasn't in the mentality to accept it. Like
You were just
I
like not
didn't-
in the laughing state of mind at the moment.
my sense of humor, I've had to redevelop it honestly because
What is your sense of humor?
shit
since
that's
you've-
funny,
Oh,
shit
I
that makes
mean,
me laugh. I
like-
don't fucking know. Just
yeah,
stuff
so
that I hear and I'm like, ha, that's fucking good.
Like death, disease,
All of it.
murder,
You can make Hitler. Dude, I was laughing at
Yeah.
Hitler jokes.
So
the
you're,
other day, like,
like,
and that dude fucking slaughtered 6 to 9,
butthole,
right?
buttholes,
I'll laugh at all of it.
penis, cum.
I have no shyness. I have
So
no shame.
so what was at the comedy show? Was it like a not?
I don't
was
even
it
remember. I just remember the atmosphere. I don't remember a word he said.
Like,
I just remember the atmosphere, and I just wasn't into it.
we'll
that
we'll
Ogden
go.
Wise
I'll
guys?
invite you.
Yeah, dude. Well,
We'll go.
hopefully the next time that you see me on.
Hey, since you have to say yes so much, move out here.
And fuck us.
remember how I said I'd say yes until I had to say no?
Yeah.
This is when I was had to say no.
Yeah. Alright, that's fine.
But I got a car.
Yeah.
I got some gas monies, so
Yeah.
we could just.
Yeah. So there's a Wise Guys that opened just down the road from us.
Yeah.
There's also
down
one in Salt Lake.
Jordan Landing. There's one in Salt Lake, and then there's the Ogden one.
One of my best friends lives here in West Jordan. So
Yeah, me.
Yep.
You remember that?
Bang, bang, boom.
both of you, best friend,
Best friend.
best
Oh,
friend.
stop! You're so sweet.
Oh.
What happened? I felt
Touch
you
my
fell
knee
off.
again.
You fell off the earth, and you
What's it called?
fell in love, and then you fell out of love. God, that's heavy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about that?
Cody loves relationship.
What do
I
you
don't
wanna
know
know?
why.
Well, because like I like understanding, and the more I understand other people's experiences, the best I can transform my outcome to my experience.
I
So-
will give you the rundown.
I just
want
wanna know.
the short version.
I just want to know: Did you see it coming
I started developing a feeling towards the end
towards the end?
that I
Before-
actually asked for a paternity test.
During pregnancy, you asked for a paternity test, or
This is gonna sound
afterwards?
terrible. This is heartbreaking.
No,
and literally
dude.
might make me cry on this, but
You're good.
I was the first dude. I was the first guy that held my son. I cut his umbilical cord. I named him.
That's crazy. As
And when I
fuck.
held him, I
Shit.
didn't feel the connection that I
Oh,
thought
wow.
a father should feel. Right?
Yeah.
I loved him. He had my soul. He had everything I needed, but there was something missing, and I knew there was something missing.
Yeah.
And that started it. You know what I mean?
The doubt.
That started. It started me down a terrible pathway because I looked at her different. I
Mhm.
looked at her daughter different. That was like kind of like my stepdaughter, right? I took her in as mine because her dad was a POS. I looked at him different. Looked at my life different, and it started fucking with me.
It's just weird.
It was literally 4 days shy of a month. He was born July 7th, and I
Right.
had the paternity test results August 3rd. Like that's how fast that kind of moved.
You
right?
go to Maury?
No, I just went to
Where else do they do paternity
He's all like,
tests?
yeah.
Let me
that's
just
fucked up.
plaster my life.
You
for a
remember
bunch
we-
of
For real,
dimwit
bunch of-
fucks, right?
You remember we used to hang out with a
Uh-huh.
chick who was on Maury, right?
What?
Really?
Really?
That was Jerry Springer.
Jerry Springer's.
Dang.
Yeah.
I see Bear here and there. The guy that punched Brandon Albright on the
Yeah.
show. Yeah.
He's still around.
Yeah. He's married now, has 2 kids.
That's good. Yeah,
Yeah,
he was on Jerry Springer's. Not
what?
him,
What
but
was it? Like, what was
It was a relationship thing. Like
oh,
she,
nice. Cheated
So
or
crazy.
some
like,
shit.
yeah, with this guy, he was mad. So like, he fucking punched him on stage. They were fighting. Da, da, da.
Jerry.
That's cool.
It's cool.
Yeah,
dude.
she's like, I'm gonna be on Jerry Springer. I'm like, yeah, for the rest of your life. You're 17.
bitch,
Think this
it's-
through.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good one to be on.
That's like me making a sex tape and getting on Pornhub, and then my kids find it one day. And then
Find him on Pornhub at
Red
pornhub.com/Red Velvet Masterpiece.
At gotthatcreamfeeling.com.
Oh,
got that
shit.
red velvet.
Yeah, real
No,
What were we
where
talking
the
about?
fuck were we?
Where were we? Relationship. I don't
Oh
know,
yeah.
something.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you lost the connection,
yeah.
and
then
basically you started the doubt, and then you had August. You found out the results.
So let me bring this relationship into perspective. If we're gonna talk about the fail, let's talk about how it failed so hard, or why it was so hard when it failed. I was in New York. I took my family to New York for Christmas in 2015, and I was in New York when I got the fucking news. And I think it was, if I think back, and I could be wrong, but I think it was actually over a text message.
Like the
Damn.
doctor text you?
No, like she texted me.
Oh,
Which I thought was like fucking whack, but I didn't tell my family. This was the first day we were there.
so wait, hold on. Oh yeah, you were with your grandma, right?
I took my mom and my grandma.
Yeah,
to,
that's right,
My
yeah.
grandma had a bucket list. We took her for that.
Got it. Okay, so you were with them, not your family, meaning.
No, I was with
girlfriend
I was
and-
with my mom and my
Okay,
grandma.
okay, cool.
At that time, she wasn't my family, right? She was
Right.
like my girl.
She was
so,
yeah, an extension.
Yeah. And so I went this whole trip and did all these things and had to just hide it, right? So I got back and I saw her and I talked to my family. We told her whatever, and then immediately we moved in together. I moved into her house with her mom, and
Wait, hold on. Sorry, this is all knowing. Wait, hold on. So you moved into her house,
after I got back,
found out because she was pregnant,
yeah,
not
yeah.
knowing the paternity test.
Yeah, no, I had I didn't even
Got it.
think of it at
So
that
she
time.
was like, "Hey, I'm pregnant," and you're
Yeah,
all,
and I was
"Wait,
like, oh
what?"
yeah, I'm the only person. Like she told me I'm the only person, so I believe her, right?
Of
right,
course, yeah,
right.
right. So you've been working on it.
I mean, she really
Do I go
fucked it.
higher?
She really.
Do I go lower?
Oh, let's harmonize.
No, so we moved in together. We ended up getting our own place. She doesn't work a day her entire pregnancy. I work like 80 to 100-hour weeks, plus come home, take care of the house, take her daughter to preschool, pay for her daughter's gymnastics and preschool, and
So she already had a kid.
yeah, she had she was 3 when we got together.
Okay.
So I mean, I felt, this can sound how it was. I felt it was dad of the year.
Yeah.
I never had a dad, so I did
Bro.
everything I thought that I would want my dad to do for me, right?
Shit.
Stepdad. Of the year.
Yeah, at least, right? But she didn't have a dad either, so I kind of connected with her like that. Like I connected
course.
with her more on that level than like a dad to daughter. I connected more on like I know where you're at.
I know you're at. Yeah.
So, so for 10 months she didn't work, and it was probably the most intense, difficult thing I've ever been through. We were in the doctor's office 24/7. I literally almost had her die in my house. She had an abruption, and she literally just dumped like what looked like a gallon of blood onto the floor.
Jesus Christ.
Rushed to the hospital, and then we were in the doctor's office every week, and still having to put 80 hours to 100 hours in to make sure we're staying afloat and growing. And I've got a full-time business, and I got employees who need paychecks, and I got constantly sick. I'd be up every night fucking making her something for a cold or a flu or medication or massaging her or rubbing her or making her food.
Right.
Just 10
Trying to
months.
keep her happy.
10 months, the hardest 10 months of my life, without a doubt. So when you think about doing everything possible for somebody and thinking that they're all in for you too, this is at 100-0, and this is what I employ in relationships. This is how I got set up this way, so learn from this. He was born, and we were in labor for like 13 hours, and that statistic could be wrong. It felt like forever, but
Right.
he was born, and the second I saw him, like I felt the love, but then the second I held him, I felt the distance.
Jeez.
So that's kind of how that ended, man. It started ending right there. Like it's right there I realized something was wrong, and I didn't think he was mine at that point. And I kept telling myself like, no,
Yeah.
no,
It's
he's
back of your
yours.
head.
Yeah, you're just in shock. You're a new dad. You're just in shock. It didn't go away. It never went away. So, I asked her for a paternity test. Dude, she didn't even flinch. She not even for a second. Like, I was like, am I a fucking asshole for doing this? Like, you would think if she had some kind of indication or she had slept with somebody else, she'd start getting nervous, right?
She'd be like,
So what you say? She's like, okay.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, that's fine. I was
Oh.
like in my mind, I'm like,
You're like, wait a minute.
am I an asshole? Like,
Right.
How did you respond so easily to that?
No, we went, and 3 days later, I got the results, and I was pulling into my driveway, dude, and I was in my truck, and I had them emailed to me as well as like sent to the house, because the email was 3 days, to the house was 7. I was like, I had to know.
Yeah.
And I got it, and I looked at the bottom. It said potential paternity possibility, 0%.
Shit.
0%. So I remember sitting in the driveway, and I was like bawling in my truck, like, and I was like, I'm gonna collect
For sure.
myself. I walk inside. I don't want to cause a big problem. I want to get to the bottom.
Because you were living with her at the time.
She's living with me.
Right. Okay.
Let me clarify that.
Hey yo.
So you're sitting in the driveway. She doesn't know that you
she
found
has
out
no
yet.
idea. And I walk upstairs, and Esri, her daughter's name, she was in there with Ronan in our bedroom, and I just asked Esri to go play in her room, and I was like, can we talk?
Right.
And she's like, what's up? And I just told her, I was like, I'm not Ronan's dad. And literally, she's like, what? I was like, literally, I'm not Ronan. And then she started getting
Did you get
defensive.
upset?
Dude, no.
Well, yeah.
Well, I
when
mean, like mentally, like in that state, like sorry. to
No, go ahead,
interrupt,
go
but,
ahead.
Finish.
Go ahead.
But like my mindset, like if I were to find out, like, hey, like this girl that you spent like your entire life, like not entire life with, of course, but like like you spent legitimately emotionally attached to this person. You've helped raise her kid. You've started, to plan out your life with this other person,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're like, well, oh my God, like we're having a kid together. Like that's great news. That's great news. I'm in New York or whatever. I'm gonna come back. We're gonna celebrate. We're gonna figure out what we're gonna do, and then 9 months later, you find out, hey, that's not my kid that's in your tummy.
Yeah.
Like, initially, yeah, shock, right?
Oh, dude.
But then,
I
like,
can't
and then she plays like upset, like she's playing almost dumb, like.
Oh,
What?
it came out. She had
You almost
slept.
choked her?
I went to
That's what I'm
Vegas.
asking, like,
I
I'd
went
be
to Vegas
upset.
for a weekend, and
Yeah.
she slept with her ex while I was gone.
Jeez.
So yeah, of all people, right?
Well, I mean,
Um,
that's the first one I'd pick, honestly.
Yeah,
like,
well,
if there was
yeah.
a murder, like that's my first suspect.
Bam.
yeah.
That's a good time.
But it's crazy because I was about to leave her before this happened because I was going to take an opportunity in Boston. I was in New York solidifying everything to go to Boston.
Wow.
I had an opportunity out there I was going to take that was a real legitimate opportunity I needed to take.
Right.
And, I was willing to, break mine and her heart
Mm-hmm.
in order for me to stay true to myself. And the day after everything was solidified and I gave my confirmation green light, the day after I found out. And so I had to call back. So I canceled. So who knows where my life would be right now. If not, I might not even be in this state. You know what I mean? I could have had a completely different experience in life. But I'm thankful for what I had. I learned a lot.
Yeah, let's jump back. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's jump back. So you're walking in. She says no. You tell the kid to say, go play. Go play.
Yeah.
Go play in the room.
Jesus Christ. I can't.
And I just told her, I said, look, like, I'm not Ronan's dad. I said, I can't believe you do this to me. She's like, no, you are. I was like, well, science says otherwise. I was like, and science is
science.
Superior.
So, yeah, science is science. Like, I fucking gave my DNA. They took your DNA. They took his DNA.
Unless you're telling me something
I'm
I
not
don't
the
know.
one, right?
Yeah.
And so I think I handled it better than anybody I know would have handled it.
Yeah,
And
I saw.
I don't mind being honest and saying that. You know what I mean?
No, I mean I saw your post on Facebook, and you were very. I mean, I already know this as who you are, is that you're a good person, and when I saw like your post on Facebook, like regarding her and like your guys' breakup, it was like, hey, you know, like don't message anything to her, like, you know, everyone keep your cool, like it's just me taking a step back and separating myself from the situation. You know, I still respect her, I still love her, I still love the kids.
Yeah.
You know, like I still appreciate that everything that she's been there for, but I'm removing myself from that situation now, and I want her to be happy, and I want me to be happy.
Absolutely.
And that's, I mean, that to me speaks volumes.
One of the hardest things I've ever had to do, because our relationship was so public.
Yeah.
Like the picture of me holding Ronan the first time got 1,500 plus engagements in like the first 12 hours. Like
Gotta
people
keep
were
those
so
statistics.
involved. Like, yeah. Well, that's the thing is like
Four
her and I would
emojis.
post a picture and it would be like 200 to 300 likes. Like that's, you got to think for every, 100 likes, probably 500 people to 1,000 people saw it.
Yeah.
So if someone gets 1,500 likes, I'm assuming at least
Like
6,000-7,000 people saw it, right?
Because they're showing their friends,
Yeah,
they're
so
showing their family,
that's super.
whatever.
That's super invested into the public, and that was a big lesson I learned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't invest my fucking relationships in the public, because I had to go on Facebook and be like, hey, by the way, here's my
Yeah.
personal fucking life destroying business.
Right.
Because if I didn't, everybody goes, where's the pictures of Roman?
What happened? What
Where's she
happened?
at?
Yeah.
Where, So I had to do it. But yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. Through the healing process, I lost my temper sometimes with her, and I fucking yelled. But I never like wished anything bad. Like I never said like I want you to die, or like I hope somebody beats you up, or I hope like he dies. I didn't say shit
Right.
like that. I just
Never
Yes.
wishing ill on
no.
them.
I was mad. Like I was like, how could I not be a fucking enough? Like how the fuck
Yeah.
can what I did not be enough? I was like, you are unfucking grateful. Like
Yeah.
you're a fucking bitch. Like that's the type of shit, because that was all the real shit. I didn't need to add in all the extra.
No.
I just needed her to know the real shit. And if I didn't let it out, then I don't want to punch a wall or some shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Well,
I
and
just
it's
had
like
to-
if you don't ever tell her, then how's she gonna know?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like I feel like at that point, like if you didn't tell her or talk to her about it, then it's like she's gonna feel like she didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. She
She's
probably
like,
still
well,
doesn't.
I have needs.
She ran off with him to Colorado right now. That's where she's at.
I have needs. You were gone, and I had to fulfill them. So there's that.
Yeah.
I don't know. You want to take a piss break?
Let's wrap this bitch up, man. We're pretty good.
We're good.
How long we been on this thing?
Hour 10.
Damn. We could go for hours.
Yeah, bro.
I know,
You
yeah,
can
we
go
can
for
keep
hours.
talking. All right, fine.
We love you,
So-
Backus. Thanks for coming, man.
Plug
Thank
your
you
shit
guys for
again.
having me.
Plug your shit.
Slow. Plug your powder coating. Plug your
It's not bad.
fucking.
I got you.
Plug
We're gonna
your
slow it down this time. Last
Okay.
time I got a little
Your-
hyphy.
your guns and shit.
For those of you who own guns, check out kickbackcoatings.com. We do custom Cerakoting, hydro dipping, KG, machining, milling, the whole nine, engraving. We sell tons of gun parts as well in our store. You can check us out in Riverdale if you're up there, Riverdale, Utah. It's 860 West, Riverdale Road, Suite D7, Riverdale, Utah, 84405, right?
There you go.
And then tacticalpenguin.com, you can check us out on there. We sell a lot of parts on there. We also do a lot of gun sweepstakes. People get like $1,000 guns for, $50 all the time.
There
So
you go.
at least 2 to 3 times a week, right? So yeah, check us out. I want to thank you guys for having me on the show.
Thank
I
you
really
for coming,
appreciate it.
man.
It's
And
always
also
great.
pornhub.com/redvelvet. We love you guys.
What's your personal Instagram or Facebook?
Do you have a
or
personal
anything
no,
that you want to
Instagram?
promote?
Or you don't really
I mean,
give
you
a-
guys can add me. It's Brandon Backus on Facebook. My Instagram was a business Instagram. It's Red Velvet
Okay.
Tactical, but I haven't used it in a month because literally, like, I just haven't.
had time.
I'm
Just don't give a
building
fuck.
other platforms right now, and I probably should be building that one as well still, because I built it in it's like 1,000 followers. I only spent like a month and a half on it
Yeah.
building it, which is pretty good
Yeah.
for a niche target market. But Yeah, just check me out on Facebook if you want. I don't
do
really
that.
post much anymore. The shit I post is like I'll check somebody really hard, or I'll fucking post some like motivational shit or some shit that
Right.
like I just like checking people on there.
Let's get you set up with this podcast. Let's continue this. You said 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Let's follow back up in 2 weeks. Let's see where you're at.
let's do it.
And if you want to, we can record it here for your first episode, and then we
That'd be
can
sweet.
send it to
Or we
you.
can go to his place.
Yeah, matter of fact, I want to host you guys.
Yeah, there you
cool.
go.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
host
man.
Fine
you
with
guys.
us. We
Yeah.
can bring our equipment, or you can
Have his own.
have your own
Yeah.
or whatever.
It's his own
Bro, I
shit.
got
Whatever
two,
help you need.
I got 2 offices at my actual physical business location, and I'll just pop shit in
Boom.
the back.
There you go.
I got lighting in there. I got backdrops. I got
What
everything
more do
because
you
we
want?
take pictures of firearms. So we got to set
Mhm.
up. Yeah, dude. I'll have some T-shirts. We'll have some sick T-shirts.
Fuck,
I
there
got a
you
T-shirt
go.
press and actual T-shirts in there. I can literally just make
Screen
whatever I
printing
want.
and shit.
Well, I use vinyl and then a heat press.
Okay.
So yeah, I just cut the vinyl off of a plotter and then
Mhm.
weed it out, stick it on there, heat it up.
Get that. All right, guys.
All right. We
Follow
love
us-
y'all.
Hold on. Follow us
Oh,
on Instagram at Snail Trail Podcast, Twitter at Snail Trailcast. Sorry, I love you.
Snail Trail.
YouTube, we're on there now. Only half of this video will get uploaded because the shit fucking hit the fan over here. And we love you at @BatGod_, at Cody.Quattro, at Red Velvet Tactical. Thanks for joining us, sir. You're a very handsome man, and you're
Thank you.
one of the better looking guests we've had.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, guys. We love you. Bye.